early, at least here in Wisconsin. Hopefully you can hear some birds chirping outside my window. I'm not sure because my screen is near a window and all the birds are singing, so I hope you can hear that. I hope you can hear me. There's a lot of logistics to figure out when you're doing something live and trying to do a video. It's pretty funny, it cracks me up. Because sometimes, I don't know, my voice is good, other times it's not. I'm trying to figure out, like, do I need to get a microphone? Anyway, bottom line is, if you can breathe, you can do yoga. So just take this time, if you've never done yoga, let me just help you breathe. Let me guide you on how to really learn how to breathe more from your belly. We'll talk about that later and why that's important. If you're not able to sit on your mat, sit on a chair. So I'm gonna grab every once in a while my stool and pull it out and sit on it for those of you that I know need chairs or need something to help when we're moving around. So if you didn't think of that already, it's okay to be in a chair, go grab one now, okay? The other thing is, what you might wanna do too when we're doing seated poses is if you have an extra yoga mat or just even like, this is just a little throw blanket, fold it over so it's maybe about like 4 inches thick and just sit on it. When we're doing some of our seated stuff, it opens up your hips, it's much more comfortable. You can even tuck pillows under your knees if we're doing something when we're seated. All good things for people who have joint pain or injuries, myself included. So for those of you that don't know me, my name's Mara. I'm a physical therapist, I'm a yoga instructor and a meditation teacher, and I really like to bring yoga and especially breathing into the time I spend with my patients, and have certainly also wanted to share that with my friends. So I just thought, hey, if I'm gonna be doing yoga anyway, I need to send this out to some of my patients, and so I wanted to include everybody. I know we're all feeling a little stressed out right now, life's different, and I think I like a routine, and it's very easy to get distracted by so much stuff that's going on. So this kind of just allows you to say, hey, I'm gonna set this side of time for myself. I'm gonna just tune into my body, tune into my breath, and just be present in this moment. And you'll find that when you take the time to do that, it will sort of give you this reserve that you can pull from when there are times that it does get a little crazy or you're anxious. And we'll talk a little bit more about how to do, I'll just call it belly breathing. And that's something you can do anywhere. You can just take 5 minutes in a quiet place and do it, and it really, really does make a difference. So all that being said, if you didn't grab some water, quick go grab it because you might need it. And again, like I said, this is gonna be a beginner, slow moving yoga. Please just, stop and watch if there's times you're not sure. Never ever force your body to do anything that feels uncomfortable. It's really about breathing, tuning into your body, and listening to your body. Yoga is not a competitive sport, all right? So, that being said, let's get started. I'm gonna have you guys start on your backs. You can start in a chair. Everything that we do with our arms, just do with your arms, okay? So let's go ahead and lower ourselves down. Have to scoot back a little bit. I have only so much room to fit into this video screen. It's been interesting, let me tell you. So go ahead and take a nice big inhale. We're just gonna reach and stretch up towards the sky and then all the way back behind you. So if you're seated, you're just reaching up nice and long and tall towards the sky. And as you exhale, just snow angel those arms around to your side and come back to that beginning point. Inhale and reach. Stretching nice and long in opposite directions with those fingers and toes. Feeling that nice stretch in your abdomen and rib cage. Exhale and bring those arms back around to your side. Inhale and reach. Exhale and bring those arms back around. So let's go ahead and bend those knees and put your feet flat. Let's do just a nice little warm up for our low back. Bring your feet a little bit wider than your mat. Bring your arms out like a T. Just place your palms on the earth. Take a nice big inhale and try to push that air into your belly. Let it expand up towards the ceiling. And exhale and let your knees fall to the side and then turn your head in the opposite direction. Again, you can do this in your seat. Just rotate in your seat. Inhale, bringing yourself back to center. And exhale, let your knees fall to one side, head goes to the opposite side, not forcing. Just go where your body feels like it wants to go. Inhale up to center. Exhale over. Inhale up. And exhale over. Inhale back to center. Go ahead and stretch your legs out long. Press through those heels and stretch them long. Inhale and bring your right knee in towards your chest. Grab under your knee. It's a little nicer to your knee than scrunching and pushing down and putting pressure in that knee joint. Exhale and begin to just roll your ankle. Take a nice big inhale, change directions. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Stretch that leg out long. Inhale the opposite knee in, grabbing underneath again. And exhale as you begin to roll your ankle. Inhale, change directions. And exhale. One more time, inhale, change directions. And exhale and press that leg long through your heel. Let's do one more nice long stretch. So go ahead and inhale, reach those fingers up towards the sky, all the way back behind you, really stretching and lengthening toes and fingers in opposite directions. Exhale and snow angel those arms around. Go ahead and roll onto your side. So I'm going to have most of you come to this tabletop position for cat-cow, and then I'm just going to show how you can do it in a chair real quick. If you're in this position and you're comfortable, one thing you can do, grab that quilt again, tuck it under your knees. If you're like, well, my knees don't love to kneel, then that's an option. Another option is you can just take your yoga mat, fold it over, make a cushion, and then just go ahead and stay in that position for me. And then let me just show real quick. If you're in a seated position, you can do cat-cow. It looks like this. When I cue everybody who's on the ground to inhale, you do the same and just reach up to where it feels comfortable. Try to really lengthen through your spine, be long through your spine, crown of the head. Don't force a lot of extension if you're not used to doing that. And then as you exhale, go ahead and round and just fold as far forward as you feel comfortable. So just move again with your breath using your chair. And then for those of us who are down on our hands and knees, some of you know this already, you're probably already doing your cat-cow. Just make sure hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. We're going to go ahead and inhale, look up, and just let your belly hang towards the ground as your tailbone comes up to match your head. And then exhale, trying to keep that spine long, moving nice and slowly with your exhale. Open that spine up and let it move just one segment at a time. Your spine is this long chain of bones. So try to let all of it move a little bit at a time. Try not to move from one place only. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, letting that head and neck relax and fall, looking towards your belly button, rounding, tucking that tailbone. Inhale, relax, let the belly hang, bring the tailbone and head up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. If you'd like, you can stay rounded. If you've done child's pose before, it's a really nice way to get a little extra stretch. If you haven't, go ahead and just back to tabletop and push back. So we're gonna take a nice big inhale here. I'm gonna stay rounded because I really like that extra stretch. And I'm gonna tuck back in that rounded position. You don't have to, just press your hips back towards your heels. If you're not able to reach the mat, you can just tuck your hands under, use that as a little pillow. Again, grab a sweatshirt or a towel or something and rest your head. Ideally, if your head can come down to the ground and rest, that's awesome. Fingertips should be stretching forward. And you want to be trying to let the weight of your hips kind of sink into your heels to get that nice stretch through the low back, through the hips, through the rib cage. There's a lot of fascia that runs between our armpit down our rib cage and attaches down here. That creates all sorts of trouble for us as PTs. So we like to really stretch that out. Take a nice deep breath in and really try to push your breath into your back and your rib cage, and just imagine your ribs expanding and your low back stretching out towards the ceiling, and then exhale it out. Nice big inhale, and exhale it out. For those of you in a chair, you can just fold yourself over and just allow your head to hang and your arms to hang towards the ground. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and come on back up to that hands and knees position, and then I'm going to have you just roll back over to a seated position, and we're going to bring ourselves back down to the earth. So go ahead and lay down. I'm just going to set my timer so I can keep track of where we're at here, because I'll just keep going and going and going. I don't know how much time you guys have, but I really want us to just have a nice time together, and I could do it for 90 minutes or whatever, but we'll shoot for maybe like around an hour. So go ahead and bring yourself down if you haven't already. I like to keep my knees bent when I'm laying on my back. It's more comfortable. Another thing you can do is step a little bit wider on your mat. Bring your knees together, relax, and just let your legs be heavy and let them flop into each other. It's super comfortable. And again, if you're in a chair, all good. You can do the same thing we're going to do. We're just going to work on some of that belly breathing I talked about. So hand on your belly, hand somewhere on your chest. Close your eyes and just follow along as I guide you through the breathing. Take a nice big inhale through the nose and try to allow your belly to fill first, letting it expand up towards the ceiling and out towards the sides of the room. You might feel your rib cage grow a little bit wider, stretching out, and then last your chest rises. And as you exhale, relax the shoulders, let the collarbone sink, let the chest fall in, let the rib cage recoil, and then the belly flattens last. Inhale, belly expands and stretches, rib cage starts to open, collarbone and chest start to rise. Exhale, release the jaw, let the shoulders be heavy, collarbone sinks, rib cage recoils, belly flattens. Go ahead and keep breathing on your own, and I'm just going to talk through the key points about this. So as you're doing those inhales, the chest is the last thing to rise. As you exhale, try to release and let go through the chest and the collarbone. Release that area, let the ribs come back together, and then as you lengthen your exhale, feel that belly starting to flatten. So don't feel pressure or rushed. Don't feel like if it's not perfect, it's no good. It takes time to learn how to expand and breathe through your belly. Many of us, when we're anxious, under stress, or even just through habits, people who have things like asthma, COPD, because you're challenged in the respiratory area, you learn your body kicks in muscles in the collarbone, neck area that help to pull and rise that area up to help you inflate your lungs and breathe. So we learn these patterns either through the fact that we have something like asthma or COPD, but when we're stressed out, you feel like your shoulders sometimes feel like they're up in your ears, right? That's where we carry a lot of our tension. So those muscles tend to kick in as well, and we take these really shallow breaths that aren't great for us. The other benefit is when you do this deep belly breathing, there's a nerve called the vagus nerve. It actually pierces through the diaphragm, which is our breathing muscle. So when you practice the slow, deep belly breathing, and you work on expanding your exhales, you literally take yourself from an anxious state where your heart rate is up, your blood pressure is up, and you can literally, they've done studies, lower your blood pressure, lower your heart rate, and you're going to put yourself in what we call the parasympathetic state, where you feel more calm, more centered, less anxious. So we all need a lot of that, right? It's very simple. You can work on this part anytime, anywhere, 5 to 7 minutes, a couple times a day, and you'll notice a big difference. So let's work on some counted breaths together, because our goal eventually is to have longer and longer exhales. So go ahead and exhale that last breath out. Take a nice big inhale through the belly. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and keep breathing on your own, just filling the belly, working on nice, long, slow exhales. I'd ask you to start to go back to a time where you can imagine a beautiful summer day, the sky is blue, the sun is warm on your shoulders. You can imagine yourself as a child again on a swing. And as you take a nice big inhale, you're swinging up on the swing with your legs extended, reaching up towards the sky. And as you exhale, you feel that lightness and joy as you float back down towards the earth. Inhaling and floating up, feeling the warm sun, hearing the birds chirp, seeing the blue sky, and exhaling, feeling light and calm, at ease, pure joy. Inhale, swing up, feel the sun, see the blue sky, feel light. Exhale, release, let go, believe, be present. Go ahead and follow your own inhales, taking in the beauty of the summer day, hearing the birds chirp, feeling the warm sun as you reach up towards the sky, feeling light. And as you exhale, releasing, letting go, feeling that pure joy in the moment. And know that in our body, our cells remember. Our cells never forget where we've been. You can always return to this place where you feel light, rejuvenated, calm, centered, present, by just returning to your breath. nice big inhale together. And exhale. Let's go ahead and reach for our knees. Place your palms on your knees and we're just beginning to roll out our back a little bit. Make some nice circles on the ceiling. Inhaling slowly and exhaling as your knees come up towards the abdomen. Do a few more times in this direction and then change directions. Circles can be as big or as small as you like. Whatever feels good on your back, whatever feels good where your energy is. I'm going to change directions, taking a nice big inhale and exhale it out. All right, let's go ahead and lower our feet down. Go ahead and roll onto your side. Come back to that tabletop position. Again, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. I'm going to give you a couple pointers. Starfish hands are how your hands should be placed on the mat. And the other thing I want you to think about is if you were going to open a jar, you'd turn it this way, right? So when you plant your hand is going to stay planted. It's engaged in the mat. You feel a little pressure through those fingertips. But I want you to think about opening that jar, and I want to see if you can feel some muscles tighten, sort of the triceps, the back of the arm, under the armpit. And I want you to see if you can feel that tighten and perhaps feel your shoulder blades slide down your rib cage. That's really important to just get a feel for what that feels like, because I'm going to encourage you to do that when we're doing a down dog, okay? So get your hands ready, and then I also want you to feel how to really engage those muscles. So in order to draw your abdominals in just a little bit to support your spine, think about dragging your hands and your knees together, but nothing moves. So just do a little pull on your yoga mat, and you should feel things tighten there a little bit. I just want a little gentle acknowledgement and just feel that you know how to engage those muscles a little bit. It'll feel like your belly button is drawing in towards your spine a little bit. Just at times when I need you to protect your spine, I'll cue you for that. We're gonna warm up our back muscles a little bit. So we're gonna inhale, bracing a little bit in those muscles we just talked about. Reach forward with your right hand, and then you'll notice that I raised my left leg at the same time. I'm squeezing my glute muscles, squeezing all the muscles in my thigh to tighten it up, and I'm reaching long through my heel at the same time. If you've done this before and you feel balanced and you feel calm and you think that you can lift up without any back pain, awesome. Trying to reach fingertips and heels in opposite directions. Spine is long, crown of the head is reaching. Another breath here. Exhale and lower. Opposite side reaching. Inhale, stretching out that arm. Start with this position first. Don't lift until you've engaged those muscles, abdominals included, lengthening through that heel and fingertips. Crown of the head, spine is long. You might feel more wobbly as you exhale and lower your arm and leg back down. That's okay. Two sides are different. So inhale, again, reach and extend. Lift only when you're ready and you feel balanced, and exhale. Another breath here. And exhale. Go ahead and lower back to the earth. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, lower. One more on each side. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Let's press it back into a child's pose again. You might want to choose this time, bring your knees a little bit wider on the mat and press back. Another really nice, comfortable way to stretch out your low back and to get the adductor muscles that we call like the inner thigh muscles. I also kind of like to rock and roll a little bit and just open up my hips, so go ahead and do that if that feels good. Then we're going to inhale back up to that tabletop position, and we're going to work our way up to the front of our mat. So we're going to work a little bit on some lunges, and I'm going to invite some of our friends who aren't sure. Maybe you might be someone who you're like, I don't know if I really want to do some of these poses because they're going to look like this, the knees down. It's going to also look like this. Many of our poses are going to be in these kind of positions. So a lunge type position, or a warrior 2 or warrior 1. So you may want to have a chair next to you. Another thing you can use is a block, which I don't have because I work in a hospital and I have all my equipment at the hospital, where right now I'm not. So I have this little mini foam roller. So a block, if you decide you want to get some, it's about half the height of this probably. They're probably about 8 inches high. They're foam, they're rectangular, and you can use them to lean on. They're great, and it's a really great way to build your practice because you're basically bringing the earth up to you. So those are things that you can use. So grab what you need now. If you have a stool or a chair, put it next to you if needed. So let's work on a little bit of some breath and some folding. We're going to inhale and reach up, look up towards the sky. Hands come together at heart center as we exhale. So I'm turned sideways, guys, because we're going to work on folding, and I want you to see I'm going to be folding from my hips, and I'm not going to be rounding like this, all right? So we're going to inhale and reach up. Exhale, begin to fold. Your hands are coming right down the center. Soften those knees and bend as much as you need. We haven't done a ton of stuff yet, so we're just really going to bend and come down to the earth. Plant the hands, relax the head and neck and jaw. Now a half lift looks like this. I'm going to inhale and just press into my shins. Watch my spine. It's growing nice and long and stretching through the crown of my head. Then I'm going to exhale, soften again and bend. Plant my hands as I fold. Relax the neck and the head and the jaw. Now I'm going to press through my heels, keeping my knees soft. Inhale and come up nice and slow, one segment at a time, all the way up. Look up, reach up. Exhale, hands come to heart. We're going to do another gentle fold like that. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, long, straight spine, flexing through those hips. Long, long, long. Pull those abdominals in to protect your spine. Now I'm going to soften my knees because I'm not totally warmed up as I reach down to the ground. Plant the hands. Relax the head and neck as you exhale. Half lift, pressing through the feet a little bit. Keeping that spine long, stretching it out long through the crown of the head. Draw those abdominals in to protect your spine. Press into your shins. Exhale, soften. Fold to the earth, plant the hands. Inhale, press through the heels. Nice and slow, pulling those abdominals in. Just grow nice and tall, one segment at a time in your spine. Reaching up, looking up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right. So we're going to go down into a half kneeling position to work on some of those lunges. So this is where you might want to use that chair and replicate what we're doing, grabbing onto that chair or that, but we're actually going to start down here. So fold your mat over, grab that quilt, get it under there. You might have one knee that's not great and one that's fine. So choose what you need to do now. We'll give you a second to get set up. So I've got my right knee down. Notice my ankles under my knee on the front, because when we do some of these movements, what I don't want is ever when you're lunging, check to make sure that your knee is not ahead of your ankle. You always want that knee at least over your ankle, and we'll talk a lot by pushing more through our glutes and things like that to get the stress out of our knees. So spine is long, crown of the head reaching to the sky. We're just going to inhale and reach up here, and exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale. We're going to add a twist on the next one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands are going to come to heart, and then I'm going to begin to rotate through my lower back, and then my mid back, and then my upper back, and I'm shooting for my knee with my elbow. You may not get there. That's okay. As you exhale here, one more inhale. Exhale it out. Come back to center. Inhale, reach. Long spine. Exhale, hands going back for another twist. Spine is still long. I'm rotating over as I flex and reach towards that knee. Spine as long as I exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, reach up. We're gonna exhale and fold forward. Plant the hands and step it back. Inhale, switch legs. Walk yourself up if you need to. Get that ankle set up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands. And just do the arms if you're in a chair. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Or you can use that chair beside you and just do this in a standing position. It's totally great. And just do one arm at a time. Hang on with one hand, reach with the other. Exhale. One more inhale. We're going to add that twist. Exhale. Twisting and staying long, reaching for that knee. Exhale here. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale it back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, coming back to that twist. Slow, easy movement as you exhale. I see the sun is coming through my windows. Awesome. Everybody who knows me knows I love the sun. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. And step it back. We're going to step it up a notch, guys. So we're going to start to move again. Let's go to the front of our mat. Come on up. We're going to add some more lunges. I'm going to bring my chair over just because I think maybe people need to see. So I'm just going to stick it here and grab it as needed. We're going to fold first. We're going to go back to either a kneeling plank or regular plank. We're going to add a down dog, all in steps. And then we're going to work on some lunges to get a little bit more warmth and energy going in our muscles. So we're going to inhale and reach up. Hands come together. We're going to exhale. That spine is nice and long. We're flexing through our hips all the way down. Soften those knees as much as you need because I want those hands planted on the earth as you exhale it out. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins. Lengthen that spine. Pull those abdominals in. Exhale, fold the hands. And here's where we're going to step back. So bend as much as you need to. And either step back to a plank if you're comfortable with that, or drop your knees and go to a kneeling plank. Either way, what I want are those starfish hands, and I want you to think about that wraparound we talked about. I'm gonna go to a tall plank. Inhale here, elbows should be close to your body, so as you begin to exhale and lower, you feel those elbows brush against your rib cage. Your starfish hands should be right under your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades kind of towards each other in the center. Let them slide down your spine. We're going to inhale and just lift the chest and collarbone, trying to stretch long through the crown of the head. And we're going to exhale and lower back down. Press yourself to that tabletop position. Curl your toes under. Press up to a down dog. So flatten those heels out. Try to stretch long through those heels. Look between your knees. Take a nice big inhale here. And I want you to think about those hands. Try to open that jar. See if you can turn those muscles on in that armpit area again. Inhale, press up to tippy toes and look forward. And exhale and tippy toe yourself up to the front of the mat. Press into your shins. Stretch nice and long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, soften the knees. Come all the way back up. Look up. Reach up, exhale, hands to heart. So that's sort of a beginning step one, working towards more yoga poses, okay? So we're gonna inhale, reach up. Exhale, beginning to fold, hands coming through heart center, long spine, pull the abdominals in all the way down to the earth. Soften those knees as much as you need as you plant your hands and exhale. Inhale, stretch nice and long, pull those abdominals in, pressing through the shins. Exhale, plant the hands. We're going to go back to that plank again. So either a long, tall plank or kneeling plank. Take a nice big inhale here. Do those starfish hands. Exhale, lower, brush the rib cage right along those elbows. Inhale, press through the starfish hands, glide those shoulder blades down as you lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, lower, curl the toes under, come up to either tabletop or pop up to down dog. Trying to stretch long through those heels. They may not reach, it's okay. Look between your knees and breathe. Take a nice big inhale, think about opening that jar in those hands. Those hands are active. Exhale it out. Inhale, come up to toes. Bend those knees and exhale and tiptoe your way back up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, soften the knees, press through those heels. Talking a lot, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good job, guys. So here's where I'm gonna bring this closer. For those of you that need something to help out, that's gonna be the yoga block or the chair that you're gonna use. We're gonna do a high lunge now, guys. So in traditional yoga, there are sun salutations, which I'll get to in another time. But I wanna teach you to just get some of these foundational moves in because they're hard, but they're good because they strengthen you in the places that you need it, like your glute muscles, your quads, your hamstrings, your core, and as you get stronger in that, you'll be better in those bigger poses and you won't get injured because you have the right muscles strong enough. Okay, so what we're gonna do is inhale and reach up, stretch up. Exhale, hands come to heart. I want you to really think about that left foot, putting weight into that left foot, grabbing on a little bit with your toes, wrap the muscles in that leg around the bone, really tighten, don't lock the knee, but feel those muscles get engaged and turned on because that's gonna be your strong leg that you're doing a lot of work with. And what we're gonna do is step back on the ball of the foot. I'm gonna move this just for a second because I don't know if everybody can see. Take a look at my foot. It is not planted. This is hard, you guys. A lot of people struggle with this in the clinic. It's challenging. You really have to engage this muscle, quads. You have to engage your glutes. You got to squeeze your booty. Really lengthen through that heel and tighten up, okay? And then this front leg, you'll notice again the knee is over the heel. So again, my knee's not way ahead. See that? That's important. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here so that you guys can keep watching that back leg. For people who need that chair, here you go. If I wasn't able to balance, I could still do this, right? So we're gonna inhale and reach up. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. Without the chair, it looks like this. Inhale, reach. And we're gonna exhale and just hold here. Relax those shoulders back into their joints. Hold those abdominals in, long spine through the crown of the head. Might feel some wiggling and wobbling, that's okay, you're making yourself strong. Still breathing, nice big inhale. Exhale those hands to your heart. Soften that back knee a little bit. Look forward and lean forward. Squeeze that glute muscle in that planted leg. Here's where your strength comes. Use this leg and go ahead and work your way back up to a standing position. Nice job, guys. It's a little bit of a workout, right? Opposite side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands are coming to the heart. Get that right foot engaged. Turn those muscles on. Squeeze the glute in this leg. Don't lock that knee. Step back. Ball of the foot. You might feel more wobbly on this side. I totally feel like that sun is washing me out, guys. Hope you can see me, but I don't have blinds on that window because I love the sun. This is where I do my yoga. So I'm just gonna glow in the sun, and I hope it's sunny wherever you are. Check that knee out again. Really lengthening long through that heel. Turn those muscles on in that leg. Tighten everything up and reach, reach, reach through the heel. Long spine. Inhale, reach up. And we're gonna exhale and stay here. Relax those shoulders back into their joints. Pull those abdominals in. Breathing, inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Get ready to engage. Squeeze this glute muscle. Soften that back knee. Bend forward a little bit and press yourself back up. That's the safe way to get there if you're not sure that you've got great balance, pain in your joints, that kind of thing. So let's keep working a little bit, guys. Now that we're warmed up, we're gonna add a couple poses. So go ahead and inhale, reach up. Exhale, we're folding all the way down, long spine, abdominals engaged all the way to the earth. Planting those hands, inhale, nice and long, stretching long, pressing through those shins. Exhale, planting the hands, get ready to step back to plank, kneeling plank. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, lowering, feel those elbows brush against your sides. Squeeze those shoulder blades down your spine as you inhale and lengthen through the crown of the head, lifting up. Exhale, lower, tuck those toes up to tabletop or all the way to your down dog. Breathe here, activate those hands. Feel those muscles engage. Take a few breaths here. We're gonna really work on getting length in those hamstrings, abdominal muscles engaged. This is work to make us strong when we need strength. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale it out. Inhale up to tippy toes, looking forward, soften those knees. And exhale, work your way back up to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift, pressing through the shin, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do one warrior two together. Typically in yoga, a lot of the way that we learn it is you do just certain sun salutations in a row. I'm teaching you some things that are basic poses today because sometimes going through that normal sun A, sun B, which is warrior one, warrior two, can be tough on your low back. So I just want you to be familiar with them. And I'll do other yoga videos where we move through in a more traditional way. So I'm gonna have you step back into a warrior two position. We're gonna inhale and reach up. Exhale those hands to heart center. Engage those muscles in the left leg. And we're gonna step back again. Only step as wide as you feel comfortable. Look to see if your heel is actually matching up. If you drew a line to the arch of that foot, that back foot is at an angle about 45 degrees to the edge of your mat. I'm gonna come out a little wider. And then you're gonna stretch your arms out. Your body's now turned and open. Your hips are open and you're reaching through that front middle finger. Check that back arm, make sure it's active. Long spine, abdominals engaged, tall through the crown of the head. And we're gonna move a little bit. So press through that front leg and inhale, reach up, stretch up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, hold here. We're gonna do another breath. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale it out, bring those hands together, heart center. Rotate towards that front leg, come up to that ball of the foot. You see why now that's a really good thing to work on, because that's gonna help you step back to the front of your mat. Okay, opposite side. I'm gonna switch ends of my mat so that you can see me, otherwise my back will be turned. You guys just stay put where you are. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Opposite leg, so that right leg now is engaging. And we're stepping back. Go as wide or as narrow as you need to be comfortable. Again, heel to arch alignment. That back foot is still angled 45 degrees. Reaching long through that heel. Go ahead and open up those arms. Check that alignment of your knee and your ankle. Looking back to make sure that back arm is active. We're gonna inhale, press through that front foot, reach up, look up. And exhale, come back to that warrior two. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's hold here for another breath. Long spine, abdominals engaged. Inhale. And exhale those hands back together. Pop back up to the ball of the foot and step it back to the front of your mat. Nice job, guys. So we're gonna come back down to the mat and warm up our backs a little bit more, stretch out a little bit more and work our way into Shavasana. For some reason, my yoga mat likes to keep sneaking closer and closer to my dealie here, and then I don't have room to move. So take a nice big inhale. Exhale those hands together, and let's do hold and do a little bit of a hold here, working again on some of those leg muscles. Then fold all the way down to the earth. Lower yourself down to the mat. Lower yourself all the way down. Stretch your legs out long. Take a nice big inhale, reaching up towards the sky, all the way back behind you. Fingertips and toes reaching around. Exhale. Bring those arms back around. Inhale and bring one knee in towards your chest. Exhale and roll that ankle out. Inhale, bring the other knee in to join it. Exhale and roll out those ankles. Stretch it out nice and long. We're going to inhale the right knee in towards our chest. Reach to the outer part of that right knee. And then pull that across your body, creating a nice twist in your low back and in your hip. Stretch the opposite arm out long like a T from the shoulder, and turn your head towards that extended arm. So your knee and your head are in opposite directions, creating a nice stretch. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, release the jaw. Let the shoulders be heavy. Relax the hip. The leg is heavy. Take a few breaths here. On each exhale, letting go, releasing, feeling ourselves supported by the earth. As you inhale, pull your abdominals in and hug that knee in towards your chest as you roll your head and knee back towards center. Exhale and stretch it out long. Opposite knee comes in, inhale it in. Reach for the outer edge of that knee. Exhale and stretch it over. Extend that opposite arm from the shoulder like a T and turn your head in that direction. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale it out. Shoulders are heavy. Jaw is relaxed. Release the hips. Let your legs sink towards the earth. A few more breaths. Release and let go on your exhales. On your next inhale, begin to roll your head and knee towards center, pulling your abdominals in to protect your spine a little bit. Exhale and stretch that leg out long. One more nice reach up towards the ceiling as we inhale and stretch and reach toes and fingers in opposite directions, and exhale and snow angel those hands back around. Allow your legs to fall open. Allow your hands to fall open. We're going to move into Shavasana, which is a rest. You might want to grab a blanket or a sweatshirt, throw it over you if you feel like you might get chilly. If you feel like you need something under your head, go grab it. Try not to choose a pillow that'll push you way up, but if you need a little head support, that's fine. An eye pillow is nice at this time. So make yourself comfortable. Another option for people with any low back issues is, again, do that thing we talked about earlier. Let your knees kind of fall in, or you can just keep them like this. Take a nice deep breath in, filling the belly, and exhale it out. Turn to your normal breath. Legs are long and heavy on the mat. Your hips are relaxed and heavy on the mat. Spine is long. Collarbone is open. Shoulders are heavy and relaxed. Jaw is relaxed. Take this time to rest. I'll move into a seated position to meditate while you're resting, and then we'll come together in a seated position in a little while. Begin to roll your wrists, roll your ankles. And when you're ready, roll onto your right side, using your hands as a little pillow to support your head. Notice the sensation in your body and allow everything to just assimilate into your body. All the breathing and work that you did to come to this calm and centered place. And when you're ready, gently bring yourself back to a seated position on your mat. Again, you don't have to have your legs crossed if that's not comfortable. Extend them out straight. Sit on a chair. Make sure you're comfortable. Do a little bit of love and kindness to ourselves and send it out to the universe as we end our practice together. Take a nice big inhale and reach up to the sky. Exhaling, bringing our hands to heart center. I'd ask you to cross your hands over yourself and give yourself a little hug. Ideally, just trying to reach somewhere so you can touch the sides of your body. And as you repeat the words that I tell you to say inside your own head, just go ahead and tap on your sides. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, tap, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Inhale. Exhale and tap. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. Inhale and tap. I am calm. I am calm. I am calm. Go ahead and relax and put your hands somewhere they can just rest on your thighs or your knees. Take a nice big inhale in with me. And exhale. May you be happy. May you feel safe. May you be free of pain. And may you feel kindness and love throughout your journey today. I'd like you to think about all of the healthcare workers, Dr. Fauci, who's leading everyone, all of our government leaders, the nurses, the doctors, the police, the firefighters, everybody who's in this together with us, trying to keep everybody safe and healthy. Take a nice deep breath in and send out to them, may you feel safe. May you be happy. May you be free of pain. May you feel kindness and love as you walk through your journey today. Go ahead and bring your hands in front of your hearts. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Thank you for spending your morning with me. Love doing yoga with y'all. Namaste. Have a great day, everybody.